Check, check, check. Yo, yo, yo. There's a lot going on for South by. I was gonna go like quiet, muted, but it's not too bad. I just, yeah. Actually, I got an idea. I'm going to put this over here. See if it picks up. Hello, yo, yo. Okay. All right, cool. I'll change my. I'll change some of the shit later, but for now, Let's see what the plan looks like. All right, but they're push using that duplication for transaction ID. And we got data load variables. It's cool. Lastly, add a testing component. You know what? I'm gonna use this whisper flow thing for the first time. I think it's called Super Whisperer. See if I have it. I've been kind of avoiding it, to be honest. Haven't had a whole bunch of use cases where I just need to speak. We're at 62%. I'm gonna create a tool. Y'all about to watch me do that, actually. All right, so we got some stuff going on here. That's fine. So one of the last things I've been experimenting with here that's interesting and kind of hard to pinpoint because I've got like a browser automation that needs to happen around uh Google Tag Manager preview mode. Oh, I need to see Michael some ideas to do that real quick. Damn, this just oh, she's slow right now. Just looking at Porsches. Gotta get a Porsche. It's my 40th birthday, and I want a either a Cayman or an SUV. My wife wants the SUV, so I'll probably get that first. It's man shit. Once you get to a certain age, you want to make sure your lady's straight first, especially if she's an awesome one down since the beginning. So 130,000. I'll go with this one. This is fine. Not particularly like this color combo, but you know, it's hard. And it's a driver's car. I like driving. I care more about driving than I do status, to be honest. Especially at this stage of my life again. Glad to have gotten here. Wish it would have happened a lot faster. There's a lot of posturing and window dressing that happens around life where people want to care a little bit too much about what shit looks like. But, you know, for you, let's see about this part. Yo, it's loud out here. Hopefully you can hear this. Guessing I gotta pay for this. Question is how much is 250 isn't bad. What did I do? MacBook Pro microphone. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I guess that's fine. How do I use it inside of here? Just- It's important for me to be able to get all the tools I need for the task at hand, and this is really more so about GTM and Stape and Shopify, and making sure we have all those tools needed. Okay, cool. I also want to be able to have CLI tools for all this. I feel like CLI tools make it so that uh, all this is going to be usable inside of OpenClaw. So the intention is to be able to go back and forth between terminal coding agents and OpenClaw agents if I want to in the future. So let's make sure that we have a plan that allows us to use all these available tools for tracking and conversion tracking setup. Yeah, they wilding out here, man. Of course. I don't have a cook time for my brisket still. It's annoying. I might show you guys we brought the Traeger over here on the balcony, so we're here. It's really going down today. This is a big day today. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, I think I'll run a different project. Um, Actually, you know what? Today's a great day for that. Let's go several projects. Let's go T-Mux. There's a pigeon right here. This dude is not afraid of me. That's wild. So this is the same thing that ate all my tokens. Just because it ate all my tokens once doesn't mean I need to be afraid of it, to be fair. Quite a lot going on here. cut her down. Oh, shout out to Reed from Linked AI. Show him that real quick. He gave me this. Go check a look. It's really cool for like GTM stuff. If you're into any of that, check them out. I'm gonna be linking up with him and using it at some point. But anyways, that's kind of cool. He put me on to shooting for Lil Dicky's new style, so I'm gonna play around with that soon. Dang, I can't open nothing. It might be time to upgrade the MacBook Pro 5. Probably not the Pro Max, probably the Pro. That is. Let's make sure that we're implementing this as cleanly as possible. Take a look at the overall plan for the CLI tool chain and or how it was just implemented. And let's try to make sure that it's as tidy and as clean as possible. I want it to be robust and unlikely to have any kind of errors or issues. Again, the main thing here is between Shopify, GTM, Google Ads, and Meta. I almost forgot what button to push to stop it. Shit. It is really good at transcribing. I don't like the fact that I have to like press enter after. That's kind of annoying, but I'm gonna experiment a little bit more with speaking to coding agent, building that way. Dang, I got a hole in the elbow. I had this lady for a minute. Oh, cool. So we integrated into the Just framework. That's tight. We got Just recipes for it. Let's see them. See if I can find them real quick on my Just stuff. Uh, Let's read it. That's kind of cool, actually. Yes, this is good. Cool. So it's going to use the server side GTM for state. So I think I got to go grab the API key and drop that in. I'll pause for that, but if I need to, whatever. And then they're asking me about they found it on themselves to use like the Shopify pixel events, which is something that I've struggled with and haven't really done a whole lot with. But it's really cool. That's the piece that I think AI unlocks the most of for me at least is that last little step where it might be a technology or a tool or a feature that I haven't quite dug in with yet. Even with all the setups that I've done and all the experience I have with conversion tracking, I just haven't done a whole bunch inside of Shopify's um, settings themselves. I've just always been more comfortable inside of GTM, especially. So I try to do everything inside of GTM. And the cool thing about GTM and server side GTM is you can really figure out how to do just about anything as long as you have uh, the desire to try. You can usually figure it out. Let me see something. All right, cool. Turn that out. I probably got like hella echoes or whatever. And now they're going to do a wrapper first. So that means local wrapper command scripts for Shopify GTM checks and state. Use the stable command surface. I don't know what that means. Global CLIs plus MCP directly. Docs only. Keep the current approach mostly as documentation and rely on the underlying tools directly. I don't want it to have to be local. That sounds like a loss. I don't know why I'm typing right now. I don't have to type anymore. I'm looking for a distributed solution. I don't want to run anything based on local tool calls or access. This needs to be all code based, and I want to go really heavily on CLI tools so that I can use remote agents through OpenClaw inside of Slack or inside of Telegram, as well as situations to where I might not have access to my local compute and local files and still be able to run any of these conversion tracking or data collection type of tools and processes. and I gotta do the state API key. So I'll do that real quick. Um, see something real quick. I might be able to block that for y'all. Maybe we'll see. Y'all gonna have to go black for a little bit. Yeah, they're smart about that actually. So I just logged in with a different email because I was trying to get access to like my free credits or whatever. Because if you've been following me on social, you know that I ran through my max 20x max plan tokens already in 2 days because of this experiment I did. But now I'm in this spot to where this shit is fucking up, bro. I just got a text that we're gonna get this the Mac will be here in a few weeks, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's taking forever, man. But, you know. Okay, so I ran through my max plan and they make it really hard for you to access any of your stuff um moving like that. So that's kind of I get it and I understand why they do it. It's smart, but it's also annoying. Okay, so I need my state. Here it is. I love this, man. Love the fact that I can just hop in and do all this. Let's clean up the code base using the organized code base applicator tool and just, organize everything, move it around, keep only stuff that's relevant to fixture tracking ethos, which is around Shopify, GTM or Google Tag Manager, Google Ads, Meta, and being able to set up and audit um, conversion tracking, data collection, uh, traffic attribution type of activities. So if it's not having to do with those things or supporting those things, then we can archive. All right, so let's see what it does. That should be pretty good. Little setup for it. And then I should have like a clean place to put the EMB. Here it is, actually. I got the state EMB area here. So this, and then I'll bring you guys back. Bro, what is going on with my? I hate it when it pops up and has this co-work thing. So fucking annoying, man. It does that all the time too, and it feels like it's at random. All right, I gotta wait a little bit longer. Hopefully, I can entertain you guys for long enough. Yeah, man. I mean, all this building and this AI stuff, and it's like I could just be another YouTuber, kind of building things and just showing you how that is useful. I use it all the time. I'm on uh, YouTube quite a bit, looking at different AI related things. But I get most of my game from being in person, talking to builders and folks who are in the startup scene here in Austin, especially at Antler. Big shout out to them. It's a VC office, a venture capital office. VC is venture capital. So uh, if you want to be a part of that type of thing, if you've ever had those aspirations as I did, it's really, I kind of fell into the opportunity. And, God put it in front of me, but it was through taking action. It was through being at hackathons to where I ended up meeting a guy who could give me access and get me in there, right? And I'll work from there pretty much. Uh, I wouldn't say I work for them because I don't, but I work there at that place amongst the people who are actually doing this shit full time, running businesses, getting funded, that type of thing, having crazy ass conversations. I met a dude, and material stuff doesn't matter. I get that, but also it does. Um, I met a dude who runs like a tax service where they strategize. It's a tax strategy service that uses AI to find like less known tax loopholes and things like that so that he can get you some more money. And he's got three Lambos. And so he's driving around a Lambo from South by in order to promote his business, basically. It's freaking nuts. And then I met another guy who works uh basically on the AI side of a hedge fund, building out and dropping serious knowledge there. But then he fucks with me heavy. I don't know why. Both these guys that I just talked about rock with me really heavy, and it's awesome, and I'm flattered. But also, it's like, bro, I haven't even. I've been a lone wolf type of operator for the past 10 years, bro. So I'm flattered that they respect my hustle and understand what I'm doing. And it's not because I don't think highly of myself, it's because I never got any of that in my previous circles that I've been in. Uh, and that's not a complaint. That's just honest. All right, so I can show you guys this again. You got to go where people appreciate you and understand what you're doing, man. I guess is the moral of that story. I'm just thankful, real thankful. So I just learned how to split the terminal. This is something you should think about if you're using like more than one instance. Um, it's kind of useful, and I can keep splitting it so I could have three or four of these, and then my real estate would be a question, obviously. But It's doable. I can do it. I might do it. I gotta go pay for um, two Mac meetings today as well that I'm waiting for. So I might run over to the Apple store, pick that up today while I'm waiting for this brisket. Shout out to Gary, one of my homies. He had a project that somebody created a meme coin for, and then he got not a whole bunch, but some money back from it. Shared the wealth. So out of our portion, I'm gonna buy my Mac Mini because that's what real niggas do. That's what you should do. Something to help you. I haven't had anybody that I wasn't close to, even people I'm close to. I haven't had anybody like just put some bread in my pocket like that for no reason. It's crazy. Just met the guy a month ago. It's like, damn, appreciate you, bro. Anyways, shout out to them, Applied AI. Shout out to Hack AI. Shout out to AITX. Shout out to all the Austin movers and shakers, builders, people that are really doing this shit, not just trying to sell it to people. Shit, shut up if you're just trying to sell it to people. I don't care. This feels like one of those moments where there's a saying about this I'm about to butcher, but basically the tide is going to come back in. So everybody who's swimming naked is going to be seen. So you're gonna find out real soon the people who have been all talk, just bullshitting around with this technology and not actually learning how to use it. Okay, so we have it pretty clean. Yeah, I need to add that part. So one critical note that might be interesting here is actually need to have the browser, the agent browser CLI tool, because I want to be able to install Tag Assistant on a testing browser and use it in order to run Google Tag Manager preview mode. So do some research on that, understand what it means to run Google Tag Manager preview mode and what it's used for. It's a crucial part and a big part of the system for testing conversion tracking before I push it live. So I want to make sure that that's available. I mean, that just typed a paragraph and I just had a thought. It was shower thought style. Pretty cool, man. All this stuff is pretty cool. And now you can see my code base as well. This is pretty clean. We got some stuff going on here with Claude and agents, command, tips, skin off 100% sure about it's there. Shit's getting loud now. This shit fighting for his life, man. Oh wow, this mic is super sensitive. Let me turn this shit down a little bit. All right, that's probably better. Wow, this is going to be one of the most annoying streams ever in history because that shit was turned all the way up. Damn. So sorry for you guys. Oh, I forgot to show you the little Dicky thing. It's kind of interesting. I don't know what's going on with my bro, what? Let's see that little Dicky podcast. This one. Mom, you're being filmed live on a podcast. So I'm not gonna play. I don't know if they're gonna like do me in on that. All right. So I just love the fact that he's got all these different cameras. It's really dope. The better part about it is the angles, man. It's just like the amount of angles they have here is pretty crazy. It's not really showing it. This isn't impressive. Sorry. Sorry about that old shit, actually. Um, this is getting through. That shit looks hard, actually. Man. Yeah, I've always had like this dream of being able to show, have the skill and then show. It's a little bit of both. Yeah, this is gonna be like super loud. I do apologize for that, y'all. But hey, I'm learning. I am freaking learning, dude. I met a guy who does some really interesting back testing stuff with trading. So that's coming down the pipe as well. Be on the lookout. I'll have some podcasts about it, or not podcasts. live streams about that as well. I don't know, man. At this point, just living this life and documenting it for fun, even if it's not super popping, money making live stream. It probably will at some point, but I think the bulk of my money will be made on actually building shit, putting stuff out. Still at it. I think we're done. Check. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I think now's a good time, and I'd be happy to see it. Oh man, it didn't save it because I switched screens. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and run the smoke test with the just recipe. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, it's doing it. Picked up. That's so sick. I had a really good feeling after talking to some people yesterday. And my mentor as well. He's like, I don't give myself enough credit, and I downplay everything. And I'm like, man, I don't feel like I've earned the right to consider myself that dope yet, you know? But you also got to remember that my current level of success and all this shit is somebody else's dream right now, today. And so, my making these live streams and putting it out and making it available at this point, it's like, bro, I'm 40 now. 40. Y'all enjoy the shit. Your best me, please. Especially if you're young. Go for it, man. Hopefully you got the sauce and you can take advantage of the things that I've discovered and build on top of some of the shit that I've been able to kind of figure out by going into the wilderness and taking that chance. That's really what it's been, man. And I'm happy about that. I'm actually very proud of the balls that I've exhibited in having. A lot of people just don't. They don't. They just don't. And I'm starting to accept that and acknowledge that and talk about that and whatever. But for the longest, don't worry, you're not missing nothing, guys. So it's still black, so you can see it on purpose. That's by design. It's actually a really cool little uh window for this type of thing. Add some artistic value, man. You got to add the art to it. That's very important to me because I know these topics can get heady and it's annoying and then it's boring. And not everything that you watch is about, hey, let me sit here and learn a process. Sometimes it's a what's the vibe like? What is it? Some kids watching this right now, considering, and they're in high school and they're considering college. What's the vibe like to be an AI eng doing this stuff, right? Can we build? Let me just speak to it. Gotta get used to speaking. Can we just build a mechanism? Oh, can we just build a mechanism that allows you to launch an interactive browser slash tag assistant flow? What all would that take? Let's think about it thoroughly and let's do it. I'm in playing mode, and there's that. What I've kind of learned also is I'll have on average 2 hours in the morning, like early in the morning, maybe like between not lately, but usually between 7 and 9 to be on the computer. The thing that matters the most is that I'm able to test whatever was just implemented inside of GTM, whether it's a Meta or Shopify uh, tag or piece of code. So the main thing here is going to be that I can test what I just built inside of GTM. That's why I want to do this and want to set this up. Okay. Let's go. Ask me so many questions now. Just asking me so many questions right now, man. This is going to be one of those ones that's worth solving because I think most people can like string up the APIs and do uh, setting up the pixel and events part and variables and blah 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 blah. Where it's going to get interesting is when it's time to test it before pushing it. So imagine being able to set it up from scratch. First, we scan a website, figure out what we need to set it up, automate it, fully agentic, and then test it to make sure that things fire like they should, where they should, and how they should. So that the only thing I have to do is make sure that all tests pass, and then we publish. that's truly agentic. That's truly from start to finish. There's a mechanism for me to set everything up, but then there's like, see something real quick. Yep, yep. Let's keep planning. I also want to add in mechanisms that use the Google developer tools in order to identify things like buttons, form fills, purchase IDs, purchase events, and everything on the page that has a name and a way and a designated way to ensure that it's firing and sending data correctly. So this needs to be a very robust system that allows us to not only understand what's on the website, but then configure Google Tag Manager in an appropriate way so that we get what we need from each and every event that comes through GTM or Stape or Meta or Google Ads. So this is a tall order. And the reason it's a tall order is because there's so many moving parts here. The cool thing is that I've gotten part of it already. And the reason that I'm going so hard on this is because if I can figure this magic trick out, it's going to be very powerful for the people at the Measure Summit conference coming up in April, or I'm sorry, May. I got to turn it in April. All right. So I'm gonna rock with this version. I'm gonna get going and move around. So he's gonna be there around 3. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go fuck with him. Yeah, scenario based paths. That makes sense. All right, I'm gonna get going. Actually run over to the Apple store before it gets too crazy. All right, peace. Good job.